Hello, this is Roy from Tesla Owners US, and this time is a different topic because it finally got me. And after we be carefully and avoiding everything for about 2 years, it finally got me. And at the end, I have to say, it will get everybody. And I think in Denmark, 2/3 of the population do have it already, even when they are vaccinated. So at the end, so nobody could say that they wouldn't get it, but that this would be at someone says he never got a flu. That's not true, because you probably do get it or you will get it. And the whole story comes after the intro.
Wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it started about 2 years ago. As you guys remember, when the first case come and was well known and you guys know where it came from. And I estimated it would at least take 2 years. And I had it also in public saying one time, I think when I was on another YouTuber site, and I said this takes at least 2 years, though the Spanish flu took 2 years, this will take 2 years as well. So sure, at this time there was no vaccine available, but what you could do is you could vaccinate yourself against pneumonia, because if sometimes what happens if the virus doesn't get you, then the bacteria of a pneumonia will get you, and there is a vaccination of 24 most common bacteria known for pneumonia, and you can get vaccinated for that. So that actually was the first thing there, what I did about 2 years ago or so. That was a tip from my daughter, which was very clever. Both of us did that and got a vaccine for bacteria, pneumonia, and we did that, and so that at least this bacteria doesn't strike you down when even something else strikes you down. So now I wrote it down here on my laptop. I have to look down from time to time a little bit. But all the time I was really actively training karate, because all of those 2 years, because sometimes for myself, sometimes in a group, sometimes in front of a video. So I did video sessions for karate and how to learn the basics of karate. I had to start more from the beginning for that. And then I actually, because of these sportive activities, it is essential because it's supporting your immune system, and that's important as well. Yeah, I talked to during that time, during those 2 years, I talked to doctors and to scientists and biologic engineers or biologic scientists, and some of them, and we exchanged a lot of information. And I read about everything a lot. Really, I read about it a lot, and I read about it so much that my practical doctor told me not to read anymore. So because, I don't know, did I know more than her? Because she told me not to read anymore. I was a little bit mad about that, not kind of to forbid me to read, because I was reading about it. If something is interesting me, I'm reading about it. So what did I do? Yeah. The knowledge is important, so that's why I'm reading a lot. Knowledge is an asset of you, what cannot be taxed, and you should preserve it for yourself. 1 year later, I was patiently waiting for the vaccine to come out, and there came that new mRNA vaccine out, which is very promising, whole new technology. And sort of what you can say, actually, when everything was really a burden for the world or for humanity, this invention still was kind of a blessing, because that the new medication, what they found out was that the whole vaccine, that they're also with the technology, they have treatments of or trial treatments of cancer patients, and they had tumors in the brain, and the tumors are being reduced because that kind of that defense mechanism is activated from the human and is defending against tumors. And what they found out in a report, that there are people who have heart problems with need to get stents or bypasses and so on, they can, with a certain treatment of mRNA, can grow actually more veins and arteries in your heart environment, so that a bypass surgery, which is pretty invasive, is not necessary anymore. And I think in that case, there is really much more to explore in that area. And in that case was a blessing for is a blessing for humanity. Now, how that continues at the beginning of March of last year, I got my first dose. Then I get the second dose on the end of March, about 4 weeks difference. And then I thought everything was over. But it really wasn't, because there are still enough humans in the world who want to keep that virus alive. And at the end, I became actually one of them as well. So, but the story will continue, because I got later a booster shot. As soon as it was announced that booster shots are helpful, so at the same day when CDC announced booster shots would be available, I got an appointment, got a booster shot. So, and what that booster shot is available for, and thankfully that Israel is playing the guinea pig for the world and showing a playbook for running an immunization of the entire country. So many countries could copy from them, and then see what happens next. Is just they see what's happened next in the next time. So they see they see basically when they look at Israel, they are a couple of months ahead, and they just have to copy that situation there. So, and then it actually came to the named day, which was not far away now. We are almost in the present now, that I was feeling pretty safe in a restaurant outside, sitting there, and I thought nothing could happen. But I was really wrong, because the new one is pretty contagious. And what happened there 3 days later, first I got a little shiver, and then I feel the coldness on the Sunday night. And on Monday, I had a sore throat, and I had fever, 102 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius, coughing, muscle aching. So I feel really like a flu. And I hadn't had a flu for the last 30 years, because I'm feeling pretty well. So, and I'm guessing I'm pretty healthy, right? But in order to protect others, I needed to get a test. And I told them, said, hey guys, I'm not coming to training, I'm giving training. I'm gonna stop with that, and let me get a PCR test. So the PCR test was not available immediately. So I had to check for one, which was available, and it was on Thursday. So then Thursday they told me that takes 3 to 4 days before you get the results. And I said, is that working days, or is it? he said, calendar days? And I said, oh, we cannot tell you 3 to 4 days. Oh, okay. So, and finally I got the result on the next Monday after my illness. And with what came out? Yeah, it came out. I was positive. The result was positive. So, as I was a responsible citizen, I informed everybody who was contact in just shortly before, after about that sickness. So I said I tested positive, but some of their responses was not that positive. So basically how I felt was I had leprosy. Like in the old times when they put this, when they put people with that Hansen skin disease or folks they are left on an island without a care and said, oh, you are on your own, right? So, and I had a friend from Germany calling, or he was coming in, he's in America now, and he said, I informed him as well, I said, hey, in case you want to visit me, I just tested positive, and I said, oh, we rather wait when you're done. Oh, okay, nice friend. So then I had another person who should come later and taking care of my cars, and then he's coming he's coming every time, every month taking care of my cars. And he said, oh, he got told by his wife to rather stay at home. That would be much better. So both of them had COVID before, right? So, and I was thinking, wait a second. And I got to know about him that he came every 2 to 4 weeks, and I had contact with him every 2 to 4 weeks. And one time I asked him, hey, why are you not getting vaccinated? Oh, I had COVID already. So he decided not to tell me that he had it and still visited me. But on the other hand, right, so when I nicely told him, hey, I tested positive, then he said, oh, I'm rather be staying away. So now, these are some of the responses there, and I didn't think that was a nice response for. And now, what then happens? Let me check here. That yeah. Now we had also some other friends. We had some event on the weekend. What we wanted to do, I wanted to go to a lake, and we told some real friends that, hey guys, I tested positive, and probably my wife has it as well, because she had flu-like symptoms, but she took more flu medications against that. And we told them, I said, we had arranged something, but we want to tell you, we can also go for ourselves, and then this will be gone, or and we shouldn't be in contact then. And they said, oh, we don't mind. Well, we stay in a distance, and it's fine. Basically, we didn't stay in a distance so much, right? But we were in the same car for a while and closer, but we were outside and so on. And it was at the lake. We had a good time at the lake there, and there were the real friends. And they later tested for themselves, just to know it, if they had it or not, or if they would get it, and they all tested negative. So they didn't. So there's the difference between real friends and some people who pretend to be friends, right? Or they just want to be business friends, maybe. Yeah. And what else then? Yeah. And then you have a lot of time. And when you have a lot of time, so I'm browsing a little bit in German television. And at this time, when I saw that, I stumbled over a great documentary. And the documentary is in a well-known German television. It's ZDF, a second German television. It's a public TV. So they cannot afford to be biased to anything. And they had something coming out there. And when I turned it, it's called Geheimsache Corona, wie China die Pandemie vertuschte. It's coming again in that television, and I will do a recording of that. So translated is that secret meta corona, how China burked the pandemic investigation. And this was running on that television show. It's coming again on February 9th between 9:15 p.m. and 10:05 p.m. It's just a very precise and actually well-researched documentary of all what happened. And that opened actually my eyes. So when I might translate that for you. I'm not sure if I translate it for you or not, but this really opened my eyes. And what I found out when I might translate it for you. If it's not too much work, it's about that 50 minutes or so. So personally, my wife and me, we are feeling well. Everything is over. I think we are out of quarantine tomorrow. And I really had worse flus. I have to tell you that. And sure, this can be contributed to the vaccine, but also contributed to good health and staying in good health and not being lazy, right? So I probably will never find out about that. But at the end, I have to say, that there's a little tiny virus, and that seems to be more clever than the whole humanity. So because the virus adapts to the environment and mutates itself to a less dangerous version by not killing the host anymore or lesser, and rather surviving for the next generation's versions to come. So I don't have that impression that humans do the same, because when you destroy your habitat where you're living in, basically you are taking not care of the next generation to follow. So I don't think that humans are as much as clever as the tiny virus there. So basically what I want to say is, don't worry about me. Don't worry. We are fine. Don't worry about your environment. So like the virus, that would be a better choice. Hey, that's all for me. I will bring more movies. I'll be ready for that soon. And if you like it, thumbs up. Give me your comments. I want to know that. And see the show. If you understand German, just look at the show. It's public television, public available for everybody. You might find it under ZDF Info, INFO. And that's that thing called Geheimsache Corona, how Secret Matter Corona, how China bunked their pandemic investigation. Okay, that is all, and see you next time. Bye-bye.